have someone who I want you to meet today. Okay. He's a friend of mine. His name is
Johnny Wimbrey, best-selling author,
motivational speaker. He's author of the book
From the Hood to Doing Good.
And I thought that he would be someone that you need to meet. Johnny, would you please come out?
Welcome to the Johnny Wimbrey Show. We're talking about overcoming adversity, pushing yourself to the other side, helping Jeff in his fights. Life coach Johnny Wimbrey.
You have to be confident and not arrogant. Who would ever think that someone with my past made a lot of bad decisions, but my past has nothing to do with my future? Where I come from doesn't have to dictate where I'm going.
You know, think about people who made history in our world. You know, Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King, Gandhi. No experience. They led with passion.
If there's one successful person on the planet, just one, then all I said was me too. I like to represent things that are bigger than all of us. It's something that's going to outlive us. I believe that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
In just a few minutes, one of them is going to walk out of here with $25,000 to grow their business thanks to Johnny.
And this is an opportunity just to show that we care. I'm an investor and incredible respect for money because I know what it's like not to have it. First memory in life was living in a battered women's shelter because of what I went through in my life. How much longer do you want to have this problem? You're ignoring something. My father is an alcoholic. Think about that word deception. I mean, would deception be deception if it were obvious? You'd be the last person to know.
Police investigating the death of Michael Jackson believe that doctors may have written him prescriptions in exchange for money.
There are people who are dead today that would not have been dead if there were doctors who were using their authority the right way. You can't follow a parked car. We follow people and we are mentored by people who look good, they sound good, they're packaged right. But you haven't even checked the hood to see if there's an engine in the car. A dog doesn't even bark at a parked car. Why would you follow one? You understand that? Is it connecting? You can't get something different without doing something different. What's the key? Believing that it's possible. You got access to me. Okay. Look at me, you got access. Use it.
Come back, please.
Johnny's book, From the Hood to Doing Good, is available now, and everyone in the audience is going home with the copy.
Thank you, Johnny. That was wonderful. Thank you.
You're
I
incredibly
appreciate
welcome.
you coming.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Johnny Wimbrey. Let's get this party started, get the video going, and hopefully everybody can see me by now. I'm going to toggle my position so I can see myself. So I know that you can see me. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. I appreciate that incredible introduction from YouTube. It's always an honor and a pleasure to be around individuals that are absolutely making things happen. And I'm looking for thumbs up from around the world that you guys can hear me okay, you can see me okay, and we are good to go. If you can see me and hear me, if somebody can just tap in the chat, just say increase. Say increase. Why? Because increase is mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, whatever it is. My job in the next 45 minutes to an hour is to bring increase into your life. And I can see that everybody out there is throwing them up from around the world. So let's get this party started. So first off, my job is going to be very easy today. I want to welcome you to this live presentation. It is live going on right now. Of course, hundreds of thousands of people will see this in a recording somehow, some way around the world. We will post this everywhere. It's always going to be available, especially on Facebook. If you go to Facebook Live or Facebook on iBoomerang, and by the end of this presentation, you'll be able to spell that, so don't worry. You go to the Facebook on iBoomerang, you'll always be able to see this live and replay it and share it with people around the world. And you're going to understand the power of sharing at this point. So you saw that introduction. And the reason I showed the video is I really don't want to talk a lot about my personal accomplishments and what everybody else says about me. I want to talk business, if you don't mind. I want to kind of step out of that celebrity role, that mindset that people see because, being a motivational speaker and a trainer and television, I want to kind of step out of that role and talk about Johnny as an entrepreneur, because this is what I'm more passionate about, more so than anything else on the planet, other than God, other than my family. But I'm super excited about exposing people to things that are absolutely going to bring increase into their life. And if you think about that basic word increase, what does the basic word increase means? It just means that you're admitting that there's more. There's more. If you're lifting weights, you put more weights on it, That just means that you know there's more weights that could be lifted. If you're running on a treadmill and you increase the speed, you're just basically saying there is more. And I'm going to talk about increase today in terms of bringing more life into your life. Now, I'd be willing to bet you've never had anybody pose that question to you before. When's the last time you did something for the first time? Now, it's an old rock and roll lyric from before I was born in a song. I can't remember who did it. I know it's been redone several times, but they asked a question that literally shakes the very foundation of my soul, and is, when was the last time you did something for the first time? Now, if that question doesn't shake you, chances are you haven't subscribed to the mindset of increase. So I'm saying all this right now because before I jump into the purpose of this presentation, it would be a waste of your time, and it would be a waste of my time if your mind wasn't in the right place to receive what you're about to hear and what you're about to see. Now, I'm Johnny Wimbrey. I'm the Dallas-Fort Worth area in the United States of America, and I'm coming to you live right now to share a concept with you that's absolutely sweeping the world, in a tsunami type style. And I'm finding out that everybody that finds out that iBoomerang exists, once you find out that we exist, you can never go back to being normal again. You can never go back to making purchases normal again like the world does. And I'm going to prove that concept in just a second through an interactive presentation. Now, listen, I've never seen anyone do what I'm about to do in terms of a live or a live presentation, because I'm actually going to use an automated system that you're looking at right now. The reason I like using the automated presentation or interactive presentation is because I want you to understand I'm a professional speaker. I've shared the stages with some of the greatest speakers on the planet. Les Brown's a personal mentor of mine. I've done work and shared the stages with the late great Zig Ziglar and Jim Rohn and Brian Tracy and Dr. John Gray, and Grant Cardone has been on my podcast show. So many incredible individuals across the planet that have brought increase and record-breaking mindset and principles into lives around the world. And even with all that being said, I'd rather use an interactive presentation than be the guy that's speaking to you right now. And here's why. I want you to feel at the end of this presentation, here's what I want you to feel. I don't want you to feel, oh my God, that guy Johnny Wimbrey is an amazing speaker. If that's how you feel, I failed you. Here's how I want you to feel. I want you to feel at the very end of this presentation that anybody could do what Johnny just did. Anybody can use the systems that Johnny just used. As a matter of fact, the highest, I would say 95% of my personal production in iBoomerang has been from using the system that you're about to see. Now, that's 95%. I'm considered one of the top money earners in the world in iBoomerang, and over 95% of my personal production has been used by what you're about to see. Now, entrepreneurialism. I really want you to open your mind up right now, because here's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to borrow your past to determine your future with me. I don't want you to borrow your past to determine your future with iBoomerang. I know that most of you, if you've been breathing, and I would say you're over 25 years old, you've seen home-based business opportunities before. I know that. I'm not crazy. But here's what I want you to do. Please do not confuse me with your Uncle Cornbread who tried to get you to go sell water or this juice that tastes like throw up, but you know it's gonna cause you to live forever if you drink this juice. Don't get me mixed up with that guy. That's not what this is about. It's not about us coming to you and saying, hey, listen, we want you to become that weird person. What the heck is Johnny talking about? We want you to become that weird person that says, now that you get paid to talk about lipstick, you care about, saving everybody's lives from toxins that they're putting on their face. That becomes weird to a lot of people. And when I talk about home-based businesses, when I talk about entrepreneurialism, I talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm the presenter that normally will cause you to think like the rest of the world thinks, and then I'll start putting out those fires one by one. So the number one reason that people don't join home-based businesses is because you think in your mind of all the weird people who tried to recruit you in their business to talk about electricity, to talk about health and potions and lotions and pills. And there's nothing wrong with those companies. I speak for a lot of those companies. But here's the thing. What happens is in our industry, in a home-based business arena, what makes it weird is you act like you care about somebody just because you're financially incentivized to care about them. I stopped on purpose because I really want you to understand what I just said. The rest of the world has figured out that when you come to them with a home-based business, they're already prepared for you to be weird. Hey, listen, if you continue to drink that water you drink, Johnny, you're going to die. The toxins that are inside the water that you are drinking, Johnny, is polluting your body. Well, why have we never had that conversation before? Not even just about water, about health. We've never talked about health, but now all of a sudden you get paid to care about my health and now you care about me. That's weird to me. What's not weird is when you went to Whole Foods, when you went to the health, the health store, whatever it is, GNC, and you saw a nutritional product and you bought it for me and brought it back to me, that's not weird. That just means you care about me. What happens is people are starting to figure out, you don't really care about my electricity. You don't care about, the juice that I'm drinking or the vitamins that I'm taking. You don't really care that I'm breathing in these toxins because I don't have your water purification system in my shower. You don't really care. You just care to make money. So what happens is you educate me on why I should be afraid not to have your product. That's what I don't like about the home-based business arena. Now, I teach entrepreneurialism around the world at real estate events, day trading, stockbroker, technologies that you can use to do cryptocurrency. Like, I'm the guy that speaks at a lot of these events. I'm the guy that gets the energy right. I'm the guy that gets people motivated in the mindset of spending money to join a new industry. And the crazy thing is, the systems actually work. If you buy a home study kit on how to flip houses and get into real estate and becoming a real estate investor, the information, it works. But 90% of the people who purchase the information will never implement the information. And I came to a conclusion. I believe I was speaking in Australia. I was in a tour in Australia at a Money Masters event. So we traveled around Australia and through Singapore and Asia, and we did an event. And the majority of this event that I was a part of, the majority of the products that people had to pay just to start the education, the average price was about $10,000 US. And I remember thinking to myself, wow, these systems are amazing. This education is awesome. But the reality is, when I joined entrepreneurialism, there was no way I would have $10,000 to start a business. Not even just to start a business, to start the education to start the business. And I'm not saying, listen, there's nothing wrong with these education systems that are out there. If you want to be that guy or girl that sits in front of the computer and watches the stock market all day by using systems, if that's you, then do it. If you want to be that guy or girl that, spends every day researching real estate that you can flip, that's awesome. Do it. I'm not against that. It's just not me. I'm not the guy that's going to come convince you to switch your water. That's just not me. Not that I didn't switch my water, not that I don't take vitamins, because I do. It's just something that I don't want to talk about. Here's what I found in entrepreneurialism. When you give something to somebody that they love to talk about anyway, they'll talk about it more even if you don't pay them. Hence, Facebook. How big was your last Facebook check? Oh, wait. Close your eyes. That's how big it was. Nothing. How big was your last Instagram check? Your last TikTok check? Your last Twitter check? How big was your last commissions that they send you because you helped build their organization? Nothing. Why? That was not their design. That's not their business model. Their business model wasn't, hey, if you help us become the largest social media platform on the planet, we'll financially incentivize you. They never told you that. So what they did was they distracted you with fun. They distracted you with posting pictures of your favorite, meal that you're eating, posting pictures of, you at Niagara Falls, or you at, in Zimbabwe at the beautiful falls, you and in Australia, you taking pictures around the world. And what they did was they distract you because you're fighting for likes. You're fighting for people to repost and share what you're posting. And that's how we reward ourselves. It's not financially. They're never going to send you a check because 1,000 people shared your post. What happens is we get distracted by the fact that we're having fun, that we forget that we're creating billionaires because they distracted us with fun. There's nothing wrong with that. But what if I can show you how to have fun, promote your fun, talk about your fun, talk about your experiences, talk about how much money you're saving? What if I can show you how to do all of that, post it in on social media, and show you how to capitalize on it financially? The same way that Amazon has never showed you how to financially capitalize on using their systems. We're going to show you how to do that. Do I have your attention? One final question before I start the presentation. Do you know that right now we live in a world that has never existed before because something has happened that has never happened in the history of mankind? We created a free billionaire by having fun. Mark Zuckerberg was the world's youngest billionaire the day he became a billionaire. And we put him there because we were having fun. He never offered us a check. He never offered us a commission. It's not a part of their business model. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm going to show you how to get revenge. I'm going to show you how to position yourself in a way with a home-based business where you can literally build an organization, build a following of free customers, and be financially incentivized to do so. What if they did that for us? What if they did that? Listen, if I never see you, if you never ever want to be a part of our program, remember this. You can pass on generational wealth by listening to me today. You can't pass on generational likes from social media. You cannot pass down generational shares. The world has distracted us to fight for shares and likes more than we fight for generational wealth. We're going to bring both those worlds together so we keep you in your element. We don't pull you out of your zone. We keep you right where you are. We're just going to show you how to make money to do so. So with all that being said, I want to introduce you to the fastest growing home-based business in 2019, going into 2020. We haven't even reached our 1-year anniversary. As a matter of fact, iBoomerang officially launched on September 1st, 2019. So I ask you this question. If you had an opportunity to be a part of something that was number one, its first year coming out of the gate, literally disrupting the industry of home-based businesses on a global platform, and you're going to understand why in just a minute. If you knew about it in the beginning, what would you do about it? When's the best time to get on an airplane? On the ground or in the air? Most people get on airplanes that are already in the air, and there's nothing wrong with that. But what if you were a part of one of the first presentations when they were designing Amazon? What if you were a part of one of the first presentations when they were talking about Uber and Lyft? Do I got your attention? I'm going to walk you through an interactive presentation, and the person who invited you on this webinar, the person who invited you to see this presentation all over the world, we have thousands of people watching live right now. The person who invited you, you're literally going to get back with them immediately after this presentation or anywhere between now and the end of the presentation. And you want to be the one who says, I'm in first, because you don't know. There may be somebody who's watching right now that have 20 people around the world that are watching this video, and 10 of them are going to say yes. You need to be the first person to say yes, and you'll understand why in just a second as we get into the compensation plan. So This is an interactive presentation designed and created by iDecide exclusively for iBoomerang. So I've used this technology on a global scale, so I'm going to use it with you. So what happens is when I send somebody my link, and the person who invited you out, they have their own link as well. So if you want to see their link, text them and say, hey, send me your link. It looks exactly the same. It's more important that you call them and say, hey, I'm ready to get in. Send me your sign up link. That's really what you want to say. So I'm going to say that, just say I'm inviting a prospect. I'm going to say my prospect. Okay, that's her first and last name. Email address is myprospect123@gmail.com. It'll purge and be deleted after this, so I'm just making up an email. And what happens is, once somebody, and I did this last week, I had someone sign up in Hawaii last week. I haven't been to Hawaii in several years, well, maybe 4 or 5 years. I had someone sign up in I had 2 people sign up in South Africa this week, just by using what I'm about to show you. And I had another person who signed up in Dallas-Fort Worth after seeing this presentation as well. So I'm not gonna put a phone number in there, that's optional, and I'm gonna hit watch what happens. It's gonna be so much fun.
Thank you for taking a few minutes to watch this short presentation. It's going to be interactive, so you'll be asked to click your screen from time to time to see only what you're interested in seeing. And you're in total control every step of the way by clicking the menu icon here. Let's start with a quick question. Which of these places is on your travel wish list? Go ahead and click on each and move ahead when you're ready.
So everybody who's watching this live interactive presentation, it looks the same no matter where you are in the world. They ask that question. And so you could choose New York. You could choose, which one is this? My face is in the way, hold on. You could choose Paris. You could choose Dubai, Cancun. I'm gonna choose all of them because that's my personality type. I would wanna see everything.
Fantastic. And do you think your friends, family, and coworkers have places they'd like to visit too?
Absolutely.
So what is the primary reason why you and they haven't traveled to this dream destination yet?
So now remember, this is interactive. Somebody seeing this would choose their choice, and it literally will alter the presentation based on the individual who's watching this, because everybody has different personality types. I believe that the number one reason that you're watching me right now and you're not surfing on the beaches of the world, or you're not climbing, some of the greatest mountains like to the top of the world, is because it's either time or it's money. Those two things are always in play. And you can see the options right here. Is it your work schedule? Well, that's time. Is it too far? Maybe, maybe not. But I believe it's time and money. Time and money. The reason you're watching me right now is because either you need more time in your life, or you need more money in your life, or both. I'm going to show you how I've used this vehicle to start buying my time back. Buying my time back by simply introducing people to this concept. So I'm going to pick.
Of course, they could all be true, but most people would say the cost is what's holding them back. And they'd be right. Travel can be fun, educational, inspiring, romantic, but it can also be very expensive. This is what it could cost for a single night's hotel stay. Well, what if you could stay in 5-star resorts at 3-star prices? That's what we want to talk about today. The secrets of the travel industry. Are you ready? Okay, first, there are really 3 ways to purchase travel, but most of us only know of 2. Retail pricing on public direct booking sites and discount pricing on public aggregator sites. But did you know there was such a thing as behind the curtain pricing that's not made available to most of us? As a matter of fact, less than 1% of travelers get to experience it. Go ahead and click each to see the behind the curtain pricing of those same destinations we talked about earlier.
Okay, so now some of you are watching me and you're seeing this smile on my face. And here's the reason. I'm a professional speaker. I've made millions of dollars as a professional speaker. I finally found a way to make money to shut up. And I think that's funny. I think it's funny that I found something that I'm passionate about, I'm super excited about. The entire world would rather be doing it right now than looking at me or talking to you. And I'm showing it to you without even doing a presentation, because the presentation is doing it itself. So let's just walk through this. Let's say I want to go to New York. I'm a prospect. I'm looking at this. I pick New York. New York City, as you can see, this is Expedia website, and it's iGo, which is our platform. Our platform, which we own and operate exclusively, is the iGo platform through iBoomerang. On Expedia, same time, same price, same everything. Screenshot, $339 a night, 4.5-star hotel. On the iGo platform is $178 a night. That's $161 in value just because you booked it on the iGo platform. That's New York. I want to talk so much more, but I'm not going to do it. I'm biting my tongue right now. So say you're going to Dubai. As a matter of fact, I got a call from Les Brown yesterday, my mentor. He's in Dubai. So if you're in Dubai with Les Brown, congratulations. TripAdvisor's website, screenshot, iGo, screenshot. iGo is our platform. As you can see, this is live on the internet. $310, Dubai, 5-star hotel a night. $125, same location, same place, same time, same everything. $185 of savings. I'm putting emphasis on the word savings. I'll tell you later. You'll see in just a minute. Now let's see Paris. These are real prices. Real prices, screenshot at the exact same time. Paris, France, 4-star hotel, $440 nightly. This is on Travelocity.com. On the iGo platform, same everything. $130, that's $310 in nightly savings. Keyword, nightly savings. Normally you would get excited just on the savings alone, right? There's another reason why you're going to be super excited when you see the word savings. And for another example, let's go to Cancun. I've been to all these places except for Dubai. We were supposed to go to Dubai a few weeks ago, but because of medical situations, we decided to cancel, and we're going at another date. Priceline.com, Cancun. We'll be in Cancun in a few weeks, actually. $388 a night, 4.5-star hotel. It's Priceline.com, same everything, iGo platform. $212, $176 an average nightly savings. The word savings, you're gonna love that word. It's gonna be your new favorite word, and not for the reason that you think. Most of the time we just get excited because we save money. I'm not gonna tell you yet. So now, let's just act like you're at home and you're on this presentation and you wanna move ahead.
Pretty incredible savings, right? For the same room, in the same hotel, and on the same dates. All of a sudden, that out-of-reach dream trip is now a reality. And it's not just you, your family, friends, and coworkers who like to travel. Guess how big the travel industry is worldwide? Drag the blue button to your guess, please.
So when I first saw this presentation, now I've been in the travel space for about 15 years now. I've been in the travel space for 15 years. I'm going to do a side note to talk about me just for a second. I've built organizations that expanded in over 40 countries around the world, well over 750,000 customers and distributors that were marketing sales platforms for the last 15 years before I found iBoomerang, or before iBoomerang exists. And I found out they exist. I saw that they were better, and there's no way in the world I'm not going to join better. So if you look at this, how big do you think the travel industry is? Remember, I told you just me alone, my team alone, over $1 billion in the booking of travel in about 12 to 15 years, 12 years to be exact, 12 years. And I made $0 in commissions on those bookings. Let that sit in for a second. $1 billion in travel. I made zero. Why? Well, it's illegal for me to be able to make commissions on the booking of travel unless I'm a licensed travel agent. I'm not a licensed travel agent, so I'm not allowed to make commissions on the booking of travel, and that's not my model. I don't really want to be a part of that model, but here's what happens with us. I'm going to share this with you, and we'll move on in just a second. We make money on the savings of travel. So if you go back to the screen before, remember I talked about pay attention to that word savings? because we actually make money on the savings of travel, because we can't make money on the booking of travel. That is the uniqueness and the brilliance behind iBoomerang. So let's just say that you think that the entire travel industry is $750 billion a year. No. 1 trillion. No. 5 trillion? No.
Travel is an $8 trillion per year industry. Asia alone books $6 billion every single day. That's $250 million each hour and $70,000 every second. That's $70,000, $70,000, $70,000. You get the picture. Go ahead and click to see the statistics in other countries, please. And move ahead when you're ready.
Wow. We saw Asia. Let's see what Europe
Europe
does.
books 4.8 billion a day, 200 million an hour, 3.33 million a minute, and $55,500 a second.
Just give you industry numbers because, you know, facts tell and stories sell. Jay-Z said it the best. Men
The
lie,
United
women
States
lie, numbers
books
don't.
2.8 billion a day, 116.6 million an hour,
United States of America.
1.94 million a minute, and $32,333 a second in travel revenue.
I like showing numbers because
Latin America
numbers don't
books
lie.
$953 million a day, 39.7 million an hour, 661,000 a minute, and $11,000 every second in travel revenue.
So when somebody says you can't make money in travel, go to the airport and just look at all the airplanes that are moving and leaving and all the hotels that are being booked. Somebody's making money. The question is, why aren't you? Because you didn't know that you can boom.
Africa books $487 million a day, 20.3 million an hour, 338,000 a minute, and $5,500 a second in travel revenue.
So remember I said that I have built organizations that acquired and spent well more than $1 billion in the last 12 years in travel, and I made $0 on the booking of travel. Now I want you to pay
Incredible,
attention to
right?
what happened if I was
Ready for another secret? You've seen or heard of these travel booking companies before, haven't you? These are the discount public aggregator sites we mentioned before. They're all over TV, radio, and the internet. Guess how many companies own them all?
How many companies do you think own the travel space in terms of online booking? Let's just say, is it 6? Getting warm. Is it 10? It's an interactive presentation. Everybody has access to this presentation. Once you're a member of iBoomerang, you get this website as well to help you build and help you prospect people around the world.
2, Booking Holdings and Expedia Group. That means they can create pricing parity to control the market and the prices. These aren't travel companies. They are marketing companies keeping pricing within a certain percentage between all of these properties to make you think you are paying lower prices when much lower pricing is available that they don't want you to know about. So the bottom line is that we have a massive industry of people traveling and a huge number of people who would travel more if they could do it at a lower cost. But only 1% of travelers get to participate in the lowest pricing available online. Well, imagine for a second if every time you, your friends, or your family booked a trip, you all saved money with pricing up to 70% lower than what you could find anywhere else online. Imagine if a company was about to disrupt the travel industry the way Uber disrupted the taxi cab industry. Imagine a company bringing a whole new model to an industry that has used the same model for decades. Imagine, too, the ability to make money, but only when your customer saves money. Well, there's no need to imagine because it's here. Go ahead and rub your screen to see the company doing just that. If you're on a computer, left click and drag your mouse. iBoomerang will be the first company in the travel industry to allow you to make money only when the customer saves money with member-only behind-the-curtain pricing. And you can be a part of it starting today. Go ahead and choose what you'd like to learn about next, please. We can come back and look at the others, but which would you like to see first?
Okay, as I'm letting that float just for a second, do you understand what he just said? There's only 2 entities on the planet that control the entire online booking of travel. There's only 2 companies on the planet that control it. So if there's 2 companies that control every website that you can name under the umbrella of booking travel, including ours, do you think they're also controlling what prices you see? Yes. We have a relationship that's put in place where we can share the prices that the other entities will not share, that they never want you to know that it exists, because our company infrastructure, we're not in business. It is not our model. It is not our business model to profit on the bookings of travel. Not saying we don't profit. That's not our model. That's not our model. Is not in that area. So these 2 booking engines that own and run everything, their entire model is making money on the booking of travel. If it's not our model, why wouldn't we want you to have the best price? Think about that. You have this model that everything they do, they eat, sleep, and breathe on the profits of booking travel. And you have iBoomerang model that eats, sleeps, and breathes on you saving money on travel. So which one do you think we're more focused on? Making money on travel or making money because you saved on travel? So our members, our ambassadors, our free customers, now free customers will have access to these hidden prices that the world has no idea that exist. But the only way you can even experience or see these prices is if you have been invited by an ambassador. And that's where the boomerang comes in. So let's just say you're more interested at this point in saving money than you are in making money.
Awesome. As a travel savings ambassador, or TSA, with iBoomerang, you will receive your own wholesale booking platform, iGo, with savings of up to 70% off the regular rates at those other sites for the exact same hotels, cars, cruises, and vacation packages. It's incredibly easy to use, and it's the very first booking platform to accept Bitcoin for payment. We've also partnered with Extreme Travel, one of the largest award-winning travel host agencies in the world, with hundreds of millions of dollars in travel booked over their 18 years in business. Take a moment to look at some of their achievements and move ahead when you're ready.
So not only are we a powerhouse in the travel space, we teamed up with another powerhouse in the travel space where we have the exclusive marketing rights to this arm. And remember, our model is not to make money on the bookings of travel in terms to be a sustainable company in that area. On our marketing side is to get ambassadors and to get free customers under our umbrella to experience our prices, to experience our savings, and we are rewarded financially to help get customers, free customers, and help them save. You've never heard of anything like this before, and neither have I.
With this partnership, we can absolutely help customers with all of our core services. But we've also created what we call a lifestyle ecosystem, where we can help with shore excursions, theme parks, gift cards, restaurants, and so much more. Oh, and we put our money where our mouth is with our 110% price guarantee. Click to see a few comparisons, or move ahead to move on.
So as you can see, we put our money where our mouth is. We do a 110% guarantee. Same place, same location, same everything. We're so confident in our prices. Remember, we don't post our prices to compete with the others. We post our prices of what they get it for. And when they get it, they're going to upsell it. Why? Because they are in the business to make money. We're not upselling our prices. We're giving it to we're giving the access point. The key word is access point. We're giving the access point to our free customers. Think about it. Well, I will go into that in just a second. So you got hotels, you got car rentals, you have weekly vacations. I'm going to click them real quick and keep moving on because I want to get into the money side of this, of how you can be incentivized to make money by helping us share the word about iBoomerang on a global scale. Here's more examples. Expedia, $339. We talked about this earlier. That's $161 in savings per night if you book it on iGo. Same thing with Travelocity, Paris, France. You can see the savings. Now, listen, the savings is really what you want to focus on, because if you are an ambassador, I'm an ambassador in iBoomerang. So if I send a boomerang to somebody and they become a free customer for free, it doesn't cost them anything, and they book, let's just say they book this trip to Paris, France, and they save $310. $310. This is just average night. So let's just say they stayed one night and they saved $310. I would make money on the savings of that free customer. Free customer. We'll get you there. I'll explain it in just a second. And just remember, as it's loading, my job right now is just to give you enough information to get back with the person who invited you to be here and let them know that you want to get in. It's not to educate you on all the logistics and everything that our company is about. As a matter of fact, I still don't understand everything about iBoomerang, but my commissions don't know the difference. My bank account doesn't know the difference. My team doesn't know the difference. My customers, they don't know that I don't understand. Like, I don't understand how Zoom works. I don't understand how Facebook Live works. I have no idea how you can see me right now around the world while I'm in my movie room at home. I don't know how it works. I don't care how it works. I just want to be able to hit a button and go live. That's my personality type. iBoomerang works even if you don't understand it. Car rentals. Can you make money on the booking of car rental? No. This is your test. Can you make money on the booking of travel? No, you cannot. You're not a travel agent. Can you make money on the savings? Yes, now you got it. Now you're starting to understand it. iGo, on the iGo platform, it's $171, same booking, same everything, same exact everything. Focus on that $171 in total savings, because that's how you're going to get paid on the savings. Now remember, these prices are not available to the masses. So if you go to our iGo website, you're not going to be able to see these prices unless somebody sends you a boomerang, the person who invited you out. And when they send you a boomerang, you can activate that boomerang, and then you become a free customer for life. Okay? Weekly stays. What are weekly stays? Well, you may call it Airbnb. You may call it, house rentals. You may call it resort rentals, whatever it is. We have access to anything under the umbrella of travel that you can imagine. If they got it, we got it. The difference is we're not upselling the prices to make money. We're creating an atmosphere where people are saving money, and we're locking you in as a faithful customer, because you're going to want to save money again and again and again. And when we pay the person who invited you to save money with us, they're going to want to make money again, again, and again. Are you starting to see how the two are going to play hand in hand? Hotels.com, $1,200 for the week. With us, it was $500 savings, $500 savings. 50% of that savings would be paid to the person who invited that customer to become a free customer. Just let the cat out of the bag. It's getting more good, isn't it? So, moving on. I want to move beyond this, and we're going to speed it up just a little bit to get into the money side of it. All right.
Go ahead and choose another topic to learn about, or move ahead to move on.
Okay. So that was just on the savings money, the savings of money, right? I want to talk about our leadership real quick before we talk about making money. And the reason I want to talk about our leadership, because you really got to understand what you're a part of and what you're going to have access to. Go ahead and
click the person you'd like to learn about, please.
So,
and move ahead.
As you're looking at these individuals who are part of our corporate infrastructure in iBoomerang, I want you to understand these are powerhouses, hundreds of years of experience in home-based businesses, in the travel space, as well as development, as well as Silicon Valley. Terrence T. Gray, we call him T. Gray, and Mark Kitt, they're just the top of the top in terms of the field that they come from in technology and specifically in Silicon Valley. And now they exclusively full-time are with the infrastructure launch of iBoomerang, and they're loving their life. David Manning, CEO and president of Extreme Travel. Lori Spears, she's our little secret weapon. She can kick down any door in the travel space, and she's already kicked down doors for me. Love having her on my side. Peter Hirsch. Peter Hirsch is actually an attorney. He's an attorney turned top money earner in iBoomerang as an ambassador. And I love him. I love what he brings to the table. Holton Buggs is kind of where I want to slow down a little bit. Holton Buggs is the founder and creator of iBoomerang. Now, Holton Buggs, as the chairman and CEO, he comes from the field like me. I am a distributor. I am an ambassador of iBoomerang. That's the space he comes from. Holton Buggs was the #1 income earner in the world at one point, alive on the planet, building a home-based business opportunity in the coffee space. He is a legend in the network marketing world. And I'm not just saying this, it's not a cliche coming from me. Just like Michael Jordan is a legend to basketball, Holton Buggs is a legend to home-based business arena. He has created more millionaires from scratch in home-based business than anybody that I know of. And he did that without being a CEO. He did that without being an owner. He did that as a leader like I am in the network marketing field, in the home-based business field. And he did it with coffee. So what do you think he's about to do now? So not only is our founder and CEO one of us for the last 20, 30 years of his life, you know, he's well over $100 million man in one company as a distributor. And he's going to teach us how to outdo what he has done, which was become a legend in our industry. So I'm gonna move ahead.
Go ahead and choose another topic to learn about.
Don't you like
Or
this? This is
move ahead
interactive.
to move on.
It's interactive. It's in your speed. You can send this to people anywhere in the world, and it works every single time. Johnny has good days. Johnny has bad days. Johnny has to drink water and slow down. Guess what? The systems doesn't need water. At some point, it's going to catch up, and everything's going to be wonderful. Let's talk about making
Quick
money.
question. Do you boomerang? If you don't yet, you will soon. We all know that when you throw a boomerang, it comes back to you, right? When you throw savings and goodwill out to your customers, a travel savings bonus comes back to you in the form of cash. What an incredible concept. You get paid based on what your customers save, not on what they spend. This is 100% exclusive to iBoomerang, and no one else in the industry has this technology. Here's how it works. Remember earlier we asked if you'd like to stay in 5-star resorts at 3-star prices? Well, that's what our TSAs, or travel savings ambassadors, do. When people answer yes, you send them a boomerang that sets them up with their own iGo portal. It's theirs. So they log in, book travel, and get 50% of the great behind the curtain savings, while you and the compensation plan get the other 50%. Let's take a closer look with this all-inclusive resort trip. The public price in this case is $4,867, but the TSA price is only $1,467. That's a savings of $3,400. The Boomerang customer site is different, as you can see, showing their price as $3,168 for a savings of $1,699. So 50% of the savings went to your customer, and the other 50% went to you in the form of a travel savings bonus, and 35% of the business volume flows into the compensation plan. Everybody wins. The customer in this case paid no sign-up fee, no monthly fee, totally free, and saved almost $1,700. Now let's see what that could mean to you and your family in terms of income potential. Remember, iBoomerang was built with a customer acquisition mentality, so you could win here without recruiting anyone or building a team of distributors. And if you do want to recruit but don't know how, we have industry icons who will teach you so you could build a team as big as your vision will allow. Either is fine, so click whichever you'd like to see.
So as that's loading, let me tell you something, guys. I told you so. I told you that we are the only company on the planet that pays commissions on savings. We split the commission, we split the savings, and we pay. half of the savings goes to your free customer, goes against the price of their booking, and the other half of the savings goes into your pocket because you referred that free customer. Why would we do that? Nobody has ever done this in the home-based business arena, which I believe that the home-based business arena is a dinosaur. The traditional path of a home-based business is saying, hey, listen, you go sell this to everybody you know, and we will compensate you. And the whole thing about home-based business is show people how to get paid to do what they already do. You already drink water. Let me show you how to get paid to drink water. That's the old school style of building and network marketing. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's the same thing that caused Blockbusters to get left behind. Blockbusters Video was the largest and most powerful video store in the planet. If you wanted to watch a movie, people would say, hey, go to Blockbusters. Even if they weren't going to Blockbusters, they still would say Blockbusters because that's how big and powerful the name was. Say their name today. Nobody cares. Why? Because Blockbusters wasn't paying attention to Netflix. They weren't paying attention, and Netflix came in and took them out of business. Why? They created an access point. And the key word is access point. You create an access point for your customers. We are the access point. We don't own any hotels, just like Uber doesn't own any cars. Starting to understand what I'm saying? We don't own any resorts. We don't own any rental cars. We don't own any airplanes. So we don't have to refurbish the product. The companies, American Airlines refurbishes the airplanes for us. Marriott Resorts, they refurbish. They clean the beaches up for us. We don't have to, upkeep our product. So if we don't have the expense of upkeeping our product, why would we not make sure that our customers are saving? Because we don't have to up the price. We pass the savings, and that's how we get paid. So I'm going to talk about from one point as free customers. And I want this to kick in. Listen, I've had you for 50 minutes of your time right now, and this is where it starts getting good. This is where I'm going to be asking you, listen, become our partner. Join us. You'll be glad you did. If you don't join us, I promise you, we're coming for your family. We're coming for your friends. We're coming for your enemies. Everybody's going to know about iBoomerang. Everybody on the planet is going to be throwing boomerangs out for free customers around the world. Do you want to be in front of that wave, or do you want to be behind it? We're going to get you anyway. Just like Netflix. Netflix said, listen, keep going to Blockbusters. We'll get you. We'll get you because the access point that we're going to provide to you as a customer is going to put this company out of business that thinks like a dinosaur. So you want to continue to think like a dinosaur and book travel the wrong way? That's on you. But we invite you to come play with us because you really haven't even seen our real product yet. We use travel just to get you close. We use travel because it's sexy. We use travel because everybody wants to do it, but it's not even our real product. Some of you aren't going to sleep after watching this. Customer
Great.
acquisition.
Let's look at a very conservative example first.
So
You send a boomerang to 10 people, and they become your customer. They take one trip per year with an average savings of $600 per trip. Pretty conservative, right? That's a total savings of $6,000 for all 10 people that year. You receive a travel savings bonus of half of that $6,000. So you receive $3,000 just for referring them to our travel booking site that is 100% free for them. Quick question before we move on. What would you have to do to make another $3,000 at your current job? Get another degree? Work more overtime with less time for your family? Wouldn't you rather just show 10 people how to save money on their travel? If an extra $3,000 a year doesn't excite you, simply increase the number of customers to 100 to make an extra $30,000 a year. Or, since the presentation is interactive, go ahead and choose the number of customers you think you'd like to help and see the potential income for yourself.
So now remember, all we're talking about right now is free customers. How hard is it for you to get a free customer? Well, think about it. How many people have you referred to Uber? as a customer? How many people are on Instagram right now because of you? How many people are on Facebook because of you? LinkedIn because of you? Think about that. And then how many people who are on this exact same platforms because of the person that you told? But you're no longer connected to that, not in a financial way. Every single free customer that you bring in, and any free customers that come because they are in, that all connects back to you. So let's just say that for the year, you had 100 free customers in a year. And let's just say the following year, and I'll give you the income disclosure so you can see what it is. I want you to understand there's no guarantees of income. What you put into iBoomerang is what you're going to get out. This is not one of those companies where, you know, you bring in 5 people and they're going to guarantee you income. That's not us, guys. Make sure that you take your time to read the income disclosure, because iBoomerang cannot and will not make any guarantees about your ability to get results or earn any money with our program. Information, tools, or strategies. What you put into this is what you get out. But these are real numbers. This is what the real numbers would calculate to if you had 100 customers. Okay? So I'm going to move ahead.
Go ahead and choose
These are
another
free
option,
customers.
or click Move Ahead when you're ready to move on.
And you can go back and redo this as you see fit. And when you go back and redo it, you're going to see that you can actually play with the numbers and change them. If you want to do 10 free customers a year, you could see what the average income would be based on the average person's travel. Now, listen, that's just based on people traveling once or twice a year. Typically, like me, I travel maybe 20 to 30 times a year. So you're always going to have those individuals that are in between, but we use the low numbers on purpose. And I'm talking as the screen is pulling up. I know because we're live on the internet on multiple sources, things are going slow, but it just gives me time to talk to. Who would ever thought that I would like to talk to you? So that was customer acquisition. So what I want to do now is let's go into what happens when you start building a team. So far, we've only talked about free customers. And think about it. When's the last time you got paid on a free customer doing anything? Mark Zuckerberg gets paid on your free customers. Are you? Think about it. Amazon.com. You could be a free customer with Amazon. Why would somebody become a free customer with Amazon? Because the access point. It's the access point. I'm going to talk about that in just a second. Now let's go into team building.
Maybe you had some success in a previous company, but didn't quite get to the level you were hoping to achieve, or build a team of more than just a few distributors. If you are coachable, teachable, and trainable, you can win here, because you will have some of the most talented leaders in the industry today who will coach you to success weekly with calls, webinars, and in-person events. But let's start out with a conservative example, a team of 1,000 travel savings ambassadors. You didn't get all of the 1,000. Maybe you only brought 10 to the team, and others brought 5 to 10 as well. That will be a team of 1,000 TSAs, each TSA having 10 Boomerang customers each that we will coach everyone on how to achieve. That is 10,000 customers throughout your organization. The average family books 1 trip per year, so that's 10,000 trips per year, which equates to roughly 30 trips taken per day, with an average of $600 of savings per trip. That's $9,000 in travel savings bonuses paid through your team every day. 12,600 in business volume flows through the compensation plan per day at an estimated 10% override, means $1,260 in travel savings overrides paid to you per day. That's $37,800 per month, or $453,600 per year. Now, you may be thinking, not possible, especially if you're hearing this for the first time. But what if you were only able to achieve 1/2 of this example? That is still $18,900 per month, or $225,000 per year in income. And for those builders who may have experienced distributors leaving in the past, you'll be happy to know that this is what we call a PRIB, Perpetual Residual Income Builder model. You will continue to make income from your customers even if all the distributors on your team leave the company. They are using a free website to book travel, and it's saving them money. Go ahead and have some fun with this interactive team builder calculator. Dream a little as you put in your own numbers and see what's possible for saving people money.
So as the presentation is catching up, because we're on live right now, it's going pretty slow, but as it's catching up, let me talk just for a second. You realize the first part of the presentation had to do with free customers, just you acquiring free customers the customers are linked to you forever, and no matter what they do, no matter what they spend, you are financially incentivized because they are your free customer. Now, I've never heard a company in home-based businesses that says this: you can't talk to your customers. What? What do you mean we can't talk to our customers? Because that's where the PRIB comes in. PRIB, Perpetual Residual Income Builder. Remember I told you that travel is not really our product. It's the sexy thing that we use to get your attention. Now I'm going to tell you how and why. Our product is the PRIB. The power of the PRIB will keep you up at night. The power of the PRIB will cause you to shut down a couple businesses and put your entire attention on the PRIB when you truly understand it. The power of the PRIB will cause you to eliminate any toxic relationships in your life because the PRIB is more important. The power of the PRIB, the Perpetual Residual Income Builder. We are not allowed to talk to our customers. Name another company in the home-based business arena that says, hey, sell your customers this and tell them if they don't drink it, if they don't eat it, if they don't wash their hair with it, they're going to die. And then once you tell them that, never talk to them again. No company in the history of home-based businesses has ever said this. Why? Let me explain to you in a way that you would be able to understand based on the time that we live in. Amazon.com. What did Amazon.com start out with? If you're old enough to remember, it was books. Now, I'm a best-selling author. I'm a #1 best-selling author. I know there's no money in selling books. Like, I know that. My books get me speaking engagements. My book gets me appearances as an expert witness, and I get paid money to be an expert witness. So I understand as a published author, a best-selling author, that Amazon did not start that business to make profits off of books. Amazon says, or Mr. Bezos says, if we can study our free customers, if we can study their habits for about 15 years, 10 years, 15 years, based on what they read, we'll know what they like. So Mr. Bezos says, we'll take a hit for the first 12 to 15 years, not worry about making money our first 15 years, but we're gonna get them to read books. Do you really think that Amazon.com cared if you read books or not? Do you think they're in the education field? Amazon.com is not about education. It's about an access point. So people started ordering books. When you order books, it was normal. Amazon.com for decades. Why? Because while you're reading the book, they're figuring you out. They created algorithms to learn your personality based on what you read. Did it work? Well, you tell me if it worked. When's the last time you ordered something from Amazon? I did, yes, 2 times yesterday. Amazon worked not because they cared about us learning how to read. It worked because they cared to know what we were reading. And they created algorithms around our interest. So is Amazon's product really books? Or is it really the algorithms? Is Amazon the most forceful, advancing company on our planet today because you read books? Yeah. But it wasn't about the books. It was about learning you. It was about learning me. The Prib, the reason we can't talk to our customers is because iBoomerang is building algorithms to learn our free customers. Mr. Bezos did it with books. Based on what you read, they learned your personality. What's better than books? Where you go. Remember I told you travel is just the sexy component that we use to get you into the Prib? Just like Amazon used books to get you into their algorithm system, to learn what you like, to learn what to sell you. Amazon has never manufactured a product, but you can get hot wings, you can get tires, you can get mattresses, you can get toothbrush, you can get anything on Amazon. And it all started with learning you based on what you're reading. iBoomerang doesn't want you talking to our customers because it's their job to learn the customers. So right now, today, while I'm talking to you, I have about 85 to 90 free customers in my database that are a part of the Prib that I brought into iBoomerang. So all 80 of those people right now are being studied for the next years to come. What are they going to be booking? What rental cars? Where are they going? What country? What hotels? What are they eating? The Prib is going to be learning all of our free customers, and they're going to market. Y'all not going to get this right now, but you'll get it later. Travel is just the first component of what we're taking to the Prib. It's our first one because it's sexy and it's fun. And we distract people because they're having fun and they're saving money, but we're learning their personality. The second thing that went into the Prib is a rideshare company, Vibe Ride. I'm not gonna go too deep into that right now. But imagine when you land, you have an email waiting for you that says, hey, we saw that you just landed in London, England. Download this app and book through our rideshare. Your first ride is on us, or the first $50 ride is on us. That's coming. So let me ask you a question. How serious could you get about building an international database of free customers that iBoomerang studies and learns and begins to market and sell them things without being abrasive, without being annoying? We're going to market. I'm not going to do it. iBoomerang will market and sell them your services that are not even in the Prib yet. Imagine how many services we'll have in the Prib in the next 5 years. Right now, we have travel in the Prib that's worldwide. We're introducing rideshare that will be worldwide in the next 3 to 5 years. So how many customers can you get inside the Prib in the next 3 to 5 years as we're rolling out new products and services, and the Prib does all the marketing for you? And we're talking about free customers. There's no other network marketing company on the planet that shows you how to make money on free customers. Welcome to iBoomerang. So you can see how big the team is. Let's say your team is, let's just say you have 100 people on your team. Let's say it took you a year to get 100 people in your team. Out of 100 ambassadors that are a part of your team, they have 10 customers each. Let's say it took a year for them to get 10 free customers, free. That's a total of 1,000 customers based on the daily percentage average of travel. This is just travel. The Prib only has travel right now. It's just travel. $115 override, $3,400 a month, $41,000 annually, based on average numbers that have been studied of people who are traveling. And these are all free customers. These are all free customers that you and your team brought in. So what if 5 years from now, you had a team of 1,000 ambassadors? And on average, those 1,000 ambassadors has 10 free customers. Now listen, free customers, they're all gonna have hundreds. Let's just say there are 10 of them, because they're free customers. A total of 10,000, you can see how the numbers just went up. If it took you 10 years to get to these numbers, would it be worth it? And we're only talking about free customers right now. We haven't even gotten to the point what happens when you start building.
Go ahead and choose another option, or click Move Ahead when you're ready to move on.
Now, I've had you on this live webinar for an hour and 10 minutes yet. And I'd be willing to bet that many of you have already sent a text message. You've already contacted the person and said, send me your link. I want to sign up before the presentation's over. That happens every time I do a presentation. People are fighting to be the first person. So get back with the person who invited you out. You do not have to wait to the end of this presentation for you to say, yes, I'm in. We're going to have more presentations throughout today. We're calling this Power Saturday. This is Super Power Saturday because right now, if you are at the very beginning, we focused on helping people get their first two ambassadors in the business on their first day in the business. So for those of you who are joining us right now, you're joining us today. You don't have to understand everything to make a decision to join us right now, but you can make a decision to get positioned, to get with the person who invited you out and invite them to the next live webinar like what we're doing right here. Because we're going to do this all day on Saturday, all day today, as we're launching you into your first full month, which is going to be March of 2020. So right now we're doing this to launch you in to March 2020 the right way by helping you get your two first ambassadors in the business today. So with all that being said, I am going, here's what my purpose was, and I'm letting this catch up. My purpose of doing this webinar is just to give you enough information to know that we exist. Johnny, tell us how the booking engine works. I don't know. Johnny, tell us, how do the free customers work? I don't know. The technology does all that. I don't understand how Instagram knows who my friends are every time I pull it up. I don't know. I don't care to know. I just want it to work every time I go. It's going to work every time you go because the systems of the Prib is going to do the work for you. So
Go ahead and choose another option or click move ahead when you're ready to move on.
Ahead. So get with the person who invited you out. Ask them more questions. How can I be a part of iBoomerang? How can I be a part of this crazy operation that's showing people how to build a free customer database and be financially incentivized to do so? Imagine if you were paid on every single person who spent money on Facebook because you invited them to Facebook. They're never going to share that wealth with you. Our business model is to share your social wealth on a global scale on everything they do, everything they consume, every time they consume something. When they consume travel, boom, you're financially incentivized. Soon, every time they get into a ride share, you're financially incentivized. Soon, every time you help bring a driver on, you don't even have to be a driver. I will never be a driver for iBoomerang. I don't think I will. But I'm very excited about finding 100 drivers this year to become Vibe Ride drivers, because every time they drive, I get paid. Every time somebody gets into their car, I get paid. Why? Network marketing, social marketing. You've been doing social marketing for the last 10, 12, 15 years, 20 years. The question is, how much money have you made on it? How much money have these amazing social networks shared with you? Aren't you tired of creating the world's youngest billionaires, the fastest billionaires, the most, the highest grossing billionaires, and they're not sharing it with you? Come join the boom. Come join the boom and let us show you how to get paid to have fun and create free customers around the world. This presentation is available to you anytime you want to see it. Join iBoomerang. You'll get your own I Decide. Get with us as quick as you can and as fast as you can. And trust me, you will be glad you did. I'm going to leave you with one more thing. In business, now remember, I teach entrepreneurialism all over the world. In business, in real estate, if you're in the real estate space, there's 3 things you look for in business. It's location, location, location. As an investor, there's 3 things that you look for as an investor. It's timing, timing, and timing. Remember I asked you a question at the very beginning, when's the best time to get on the airplane? When it's on the ground or when it's in the air? Never get on the airplane that's already in the air. It's a ground floor opportunity. And 2 things are in play right now, timing and position. The person who invited you out, they can only build 2 teams. And you don't have to understand everything that I'm about to say. I'm just creating that urgency so you'll understand waiting will cost you money. Waiting could cost you a lot of money in the next 3 to 5 years. Just because you waited 5 minutes today, it could cost you a lot of money in the long run. And here's why. We can only build 2 teams. We have a left team and we have a right team. That's the binary structure that our company chose as our compensation plan, which I absolutely love, because it's the only compensation plan that I know of where you can actually make money from the people who are above you, not just the ambassadors who are below you. And it just really depends on the timing and how fast you move. If the person who invited you out only has 2 teams, a left team and a right team, those ambassadors will only go on their left and right team. There won't be 20 or 30 teams. There will be 2 teams. So let's just say the person who invited you to watch this right now, they literally have 20 people watching around the world in the next 2 or 3 hours, because this is going to be recorded and sent out. And as they're watching it, you're watching it too. But what if you send them a text message right now and say, I'm first? And what if 10 other people send a text message in the next 24 hours to that same person who invited you, and they say, listen, I'm first, I want to be in. Well, those people who said I'm first after you said I'm first, some of those ambassadors could fall in your team, because the person above you is going to put people beneath you, because they can only build 2 teams. That's not a promise. That's not a guarantee. All I can tell you is, if the person who invited you to be a part of this right now and they're watching, and they have other people who are watching too, it is in your best interest to say, listen, I'm in first, put me in now, send me your link. I want to sign up before anybody else. Trust me, you'll be glad you did. If your interest level right now is anywhere from a 1 to a 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. If you're a 1, don't join us. I don't want any 1s in our company. I'm just being honest with you. Become a free customer. Do that. But being an ambassador, you can't be a 1 and an ambassador. An ambassador is someone who takes on the responsibility to be a part of the charge. The charge, taking this to the world. Those are individuals who are 5 and above. If you're a 5, if your interest level is a 5, get in right now. You'll be glad you did. We've turned a lot of 5s into 10. That's easy. But if you're a 1, become a customer. Play around with us. You're a free customer. You have nothing to lose. You have everything to gain. And the person who invited you out, they'll throw you a boomerang and you can become a free customer. So with all that being said, my name is Johnny Wimbrey. Thank you for giving me an hour and 15 minutes of your time to share with you the absolute most prominent, aggressive, growing opportunity on our planet. And we're leading with free customers because of the power of the PRIV. It's the power of the PRIV, people. Travel just gets you interested. But the real power is in the PRIV. Don't get left behind. Don't miss this one, because we want to share this with you, and we want to share the wealth with you as you help us build the PRIV on a global scale. Get with the person who invited you out. Trust me, you'll be glad you did. God bless you guys. We are officially done. To thousands of you around the world, I greatly appreciate you. Whether you're watching this today on Saturday or you're watching this any day of the year, I promise you the information is enough to get your prospect interested in saying yes or no. And that was my only job today, is to show you that it works, show you that it's real. Now get back to the person who invited you out. God bless you guys. We'll see you on the beaches of the world. And we'll see you and your free customers across the planet as we're showing people literally how to save, how to earn, and how to go have fun. Welcome to iBoomerang and the power of the PRIV.
Every so often, there's a change. A disruption. Something that has never been done before. A moment in time when everything changes. When change is needed the most. This is one of those times. What will happen when an icon in the industry enters the world's largest market with a brand new model? Records will be broken. Lives will be changed. And nothing will remain the same. watching this, you could be there. At the very beginning of what will be one of the biggest shifts the industry has ever seen. Watch as we deliver on a promise and a new vision like no one has ever seen before. Whatever you do, don't miss it.